we got Colin Stevens, do we? One of these Russell Perks boys. I was up there in Kidderminster a couple years back. Had to get myself some chewing tobacco. You understand how it is, Steve?
Actually, no, I don't, Johnny, because I don't partake of that.
Well, Steve, just trust me. I went into Russell Perks' place. Just the nicest gym I ever been to, really. Turning out some real great fighters like David Kelsa. You see his brother there, Michael Kelsa. They're all-around champs. But I went in there. They showed me a thing or two. I can show you a drop kick that'll just send your jaw into the front row. What do you think of that, Steve?
I think I don't want to mess with you at all, Johnny. But it's nice to have a little bit of a Canadian and American contingent over here on Battle Arena.
Canadian? Don't you mean the 52nd state, Steve?
No, I mean a distinct nation of its own, Johnny. But we'll get to that later on. So what do you reckon about the lightweight division here at Battle Arena?
Just a murderer's row, Steve. Just everybody looking to gain them titles that have been recently vacated. Obviously, we've had a lot of people go pro recently. They come through the Battle Arena ranks, and then they're snapped up quicker than a fish out of a pond, quicker than a catfish out of a lake behind my house. They end up in Bama, Bellator, and they all have eyes on that #1 prize, the UFC. We could be witnessing some of the next champions right here tonight.
Johnny, I think you're right. And we've seen a bunch of really excellent fighters come through here. And if you look at Colin Stevens, he looks in great shape, as all of these Russell Perks fighters do, wearing that black and orange, ready to throw down. I cannot wait for this contest to start.
Me neither, Steve. Let's have it.
Introducing again the fighter in the blue corner, weighing 68.9 kilograms, representing Frontline Academy, Tommy Skaugrim. And the opponent fighter in the red corner, weighing 70.1 kilograms, representing RPMAA, Colin Stevens.
Alan Jackson calling them to the center of the ring for their final instructions. Johnny, when you were fighting, was this ever a moment of nervousness for you? Tell all the fans out there on Facebook what's going on.
Well, Steve, by that time I knew it was go time. And like I say in Texas, if he brought a big gun, I brought my shotgun for it. And I'm sure both these guys have it cocked and loaded, ready to go.
All right, here we go. A touch of glove show of, flashy up kick there from Skaugrim. Just to lead ourselves off, Tommy Skaugrim bouncing on his toes, throws another almost question mark kick. We see the hands drop from Colin Stevens, gives him a stern look. Like, is that all you got?
Both these boys are really dancing around. I'd like to see them put some leather in. There's a body kick there, lands from Skaugrim. And, Colin Stevens looking for the double leg takedowns. Got to get that far hand down to the knees if he's going to get anything in there. And Skaugrim's looking to tie up the neck. Higher than a noose. This isn't no Jim Crow time. So he's got that neck real tight. Arm in guillotine. Hard to finish there.
Yeah, honestly, I would like to see Colin Stevens just wrap the head and try to posture up a bit. Maybe get up on his toes and do a little bit of a tripod there. But he's choosing to punch the body of Tommy Skaugrim. Skaugrim's having a hard time extending himself back. He just abandons it there for a full guard position. Tommy Skaugrim now on the ground, which is not the best place to be because we know with these Battle Arena rules that you can really do a lot of damage with ground and pound on the floor. All these amateur bouts tonight will have ground and pound on the floor, which is a great place to be for a wrestler like myself. Oh, you can see Tommy Skaugrim's motioning himself over there for a armbar, getting those hips working. It's lovely to see the hips working on such a high level, from such a high-level jiu-jitsu gym as Frontline Academy. Turning out some excellent fighters.
I'm just having a look at my monitor here, Steve. I can see that Tommy boy. He looks like he's setting up an omoplata or something like that. He's got an overwrap on the left side of his body there. That deep overhook there, keeping Colin Stevens' arm stationary. Colin Stevens looking to limp arm out there. I see Colin Stevens doing really well with his head position. He's got it under the chin like a nicely fitting suit there. He's pushing his head right into the fence. You know, Colin Stevens just waiting to break away, posture up, and just rain down bombs like it's 1945. But Tommy Skaugrim's got a nice little triangle attempt there. He's pepper in the face with some punches. A little bit superficial, if you ask me, but Colin Stevens having his arm, and it's very hard to finish this triangle. Oh, the ultimate submission, that triangle. Nothing like making somebody submit with your crotch in their face. Let's keep it a little bit more PC here, Johnny. Oh, Colin Stevens dropping the elbow in. Oh, very good. We see the crowd responding there as there's a bit of a sweep from Tommy Skaugrim. Tommy looks like he might end the round on top. We have the 10-second warning. He gives a punch. Colin Stevens did a lot of work there, had a lot of cage control after the attempted guillotine there from Tommy Skaugrim. But that's the thing about these frontline fighters. They're very happy to work off their back, whereas the Russell Perks fighters, they're happy to be on top and happy to establish some kicking motions at distance. So really, both of these fighters got to be working in their separate zones. Oh, it looks like we got a little bit of drama in there. Bit of a Texas standoff, if you ask me. Alan Jackson sending one of the cornermen out of the ring. I wonder what that was for. Alan Jackson's not to be messed with. He runs a tight ship in there.
You hear this voice I'm doing? It's pretty funny. Yeah, well, there we go. We get the call. Cornermen are going to be out of the cage, and we're going to open up for this second round in this lightweight collision. Tommy Skaugrim obviously looking for the submission, and I think Colin Stevens is just shaking off a bit of that nervousness, bit of that rust. He's going to be coming out on fire in a few moments. Yeah, both fighters in their corner. Red means dead to me, boy. Let's see what goes on. Oh, Skaugrim loves that up kick. Got to be careful, though, not giving up position if Colin runs forward. Oh, big right hand. Oh, body kick there from Tommy Skaugrim. Oh, little outside leg trip there. Bit of a sloppy takedown, if you ask me, there from Tommy Skaugrim. I expect more from my Norwegian contingent. But he ends up on top and half guard nonetheless. Putting a lot of pressure in with that shoulder pressure. For you kids at home, posture, pressure, position, and possibilities. The 3 Ps of the SBG system. Is that it, Johnny? You got nothing else? Well, I don't want to take all your thunder, Steve. Maybe you should notice that they passed into mount there. Oh, I did, actually. Pardon me, Tommy Skaugrim has just moved himself into mount. It looks like he's looking to posture, maybe land some ground and pound. Colin Stevens momentarily shows his back, which might be betraying a little bit of inexperience from his part in this position. Tommy Skaugrim just happy to pepper some punches. Honestly, punches and bunches here, Steve. Doesn't have to hurt to score points. And Colin Stevens looks like he's got that big bear hug on. He's going to go for that re-roll. Let's see if Mr. Skaugrim's studied as much jiu-jitsu as I think he has. Yeah, I see that Colin Stevens is doing really well to tie up Tommy Skaugrim, who's got his arm trapped, unfortunately, while he's on top, which makes the re-roll a little bit easier. They're calling for some work there from Alan Jackson, even though this is a very dominant position from Tommy Skaugrim. Tommy doesn't look like he's trying to land any sort of knockout punches. He looks like he might be under the neck. What do you think? Oh, it's a deep choke there, Steve. Deeper than Mama's cottage pie, and he gets the tap out. Hot dog, that was one hell of a fight. I know Colin Stevens is going to be a bit disappointed from that, but just time to get back in the gym, get yourself in them difficult positions, and try to best your training partners. I'm really inspired, actually, from that performance from Tommy Skaugrim. He just showed that maybe you don't have to be the most athletic or the most polished striking-wise, or even look for a big ground and pound finish, but if you can make your opponent desperate, you can get them to turn, and you can sink in a deep choke. That was an excellent outing from the Frontline Academy. But we're going to be seeing more of Russell Perks, guys, because we've got 5 more fights coming up. 5 more orange and black fights lined up. Can't wait for this to happen. So, Tommy Skaugrim wins this lightweight bout by rear naked choke in the second round. Hoo-wee! Excellent little round. I love it. Can't wait for the next one, Steve.
So after 1 minute and 55 seconds of the second round, we have your winner via rear naked choke for the fighter in the blue corner, Tommy Skaugrim. And please make some noise for Colin Stevens.
I could do this all night.
Tommy, come and have a chat with me, boy. Below the camera. So, rear naked choke finish, is that one of your go-to moves?
Ross, so opportunities, let's complete that for the round now.
Yeah, first round was quite tight, probably edged it a little bit. What was your game plan going into this fight? No game plan, just went in there, see what would happen, and go to the best.
We and then just go to the park.
It was a great finish for the rear naked choke. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, Tommy Skaugrim.